Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, YouTubers, comic book fans, indie comic book fans, music fans, movie fans, horror fans, fans of Rolling Stone t shirts, fans of beanie hats, fans of Thing statues, Dale Keown posters, bass guitars, and she posters in the background. How are you this evening? This is Anthony Sica, creator, writer, artist of the indie book sensation Oh My God, the crowd-funded this year on Indiegogo book Misty America, and now with only 7 days left, Venerella. I'm the creator, writer, artist, letterer, publisher of Venerella, and I need your help. This is me. Hey, ahoy, Captain Comics. Captain Comics. I don't know if you've backed Venerella yet, but it's I have packages starting at $15. Just $15 get you a copy of Venerella. And since I know you, Captain Comics, I'd throw in some extra stuff. I also have $30 packages for the full chimichanga, the 7-layer burrito, the everything. Anyway, I'm being joined by someone named Daytona Falls right here. My buddy Daytona Falls. Daytona Falls.
Hi.
What's up, bud?
Yeah, sorry I'm late. I had to put the crack pipe down.
Can you hear me okay?
You're roboting a little bit. I'm going to drop out and come back in, okay?
No problem. Legally, you're in like a undisclosed bunker.
I'm in a bunker.
I got you.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you fine.
Okay. I'm not going to drop out then. I'll stay. Yeah,
Nope.
So I had to put the crack pipe down long enough to join you on your stream.
Yeah. Hey, now Daytona Falls. Daytona Falls has appeared on my stream many, many times as a commentator. And because he lives in the Daytona area, I had to come up with I had to make a crack pipe or meth reference or whatever. But I kid. I mean, the Daytona area is known as the Dirtona sometimes. So it is what it is. You look like are you all bundled up there? Are you in like an igloo?
I'm on my carport.
Oh, okay. All right.
So I come out here so I don't wake up the house.
Oh, I see how that goes. All right.
Yeah, so I come out here and I can smoke cigarettes out here. So
yeah. So I got some people in the chat. We got Agent DeCamp, Hail Chat, the great Anthony Sica. Say hello to Daytona Falls, making his first appearance on the show. Agent DeCamp's a backer of mine, a friend of mine. Blah blah blah. Captain Comics says, "Damn time to hit the seaweed." That's right. I wish I had some seaweed of any sort there, Captain. Look at Pop Culture Avenger saying hi.
Hey, there
Pop
he is.
Culture Avenger in the house. Wake up the house. Agent DeCamp says, "Wake up the house. It's only 8:30.
Get up. Get on up."
Agent DeCamp says, "Smash that like button, people. If it's 8:30 or 12:30 or whatever, you can smash any kind of button you like there, Agent DeCamp." Agent DeCamp says, "Hey, Daytona Falls." Agent DeCamp's he's from our neck of the woods too.
Oh, good.
And Agent DeCamp says, "Hey, Pop Culture Avenger." Hey, so 2 things I want to talk to you about. Daytona Falls recently backed my campaign at Venerella, #1. And that's first thing. And that's what I'm on here about tonight. I'm not going to be a long stream tonight. I have 7 days left on Venerella, and I'm pretty much here to beg for money. I have $1,811 in my Indiegogo fund. I'm trying to get to $2,000. That's my goal. And I think in the next day or so, I'm going to be putting up some more original pieces of artwork. I'm going to show off.
Uh-oh. He dropped out. Anyway, I'm here, guys.
As I knock myself right out of the thing. I'm going to show off some pieces I've been working on Daytona Falls. this is a nice page that I did last week. I got a page that I'm working on right now that's like 2 feet away from me, but I can't show it because it's actually kind of spoilery. We got nice booty on this page. We got a new character. Venerella is petting what looks like a little hobbit creature. That's her.
Whoa. Can we see that again, please?
Sure we can. Yeah, man.
Can we zoom in on that booty?
We can just bring the paper close. Yeah. And
see that guy over her shoulder?
We got more booty here.
That's beautiful.
That's like her little Venus alien Alfred there talking to her.
Yeah.
We got some more booty on this page. We have a whole bathing scene. We have
hard bodies.
Multiple booty.
Whoa, careful. John Malin got hit for that little shot right there.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even as explicit.
I'm not worried about that.
That's beautiful.
I don't have as many people looking at my stuff. Plus, it's artwork, so we're good.
Good.
And then we have even more booty.
Hey, now.
Yeah, we have stuff going on. We have some.
Who are these beautiful ladies?
Well, first of all, that's Venerella taking a bath, and those are her servants or her handmaidens helping her take a bath.
God bless you.
See that? 3 of them.
Now, if there was a world in which they remade Coming to America and they say the royal penis is clean, but make it with women, I'm all in.
I actually do have a joke alluding to that in the story.
Okay.
We don't want to see your stuff, just your art. Hot bath, I think 2 exclamation points. Agent DeCamp says dat ass with a ZZ. We have multiple dat ass. We have sweet. I told everybody. I told a few people that you were hopefully coming on tonight.
Thank you.
Pop Culture Avenger says, I wish I had a few handmaidens. Pop Culture Avenger, I've seen your posts on Instagram. I think you have the hand. You put the hand in handmaidens. But anyway, so I told somebody that I was someone who had seen you on the chat before. I said, I'm going to invite Daytona Falls on tonight because I want Daytona Falls to be like my Cecil. And you haven't let me down so far.
Don't put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby. First and foremost, I grew up listening to talk radio. I single family household. I just had my mama, and I went to Mainland High School, and all I really had was reading and talk radio. Now, when I moved down there from Ohio, no one thought I was funny up there. But I moved down here, and I made not a lot of friends, just the good ones.
Sure.
So I've always been like that. And then when I found Cecil, I'm like, holy shit, somebody actually has my sense of humor. Yeah. I used to listen to the Monsters.
Sure.
Back with Daniel Dennis, Junkie the Bear.
Sure.
All these guys. Bubba Whoop-Ass Wilson, still alive. Thank God.
Oh, yeah.
He's still alive. So they were always a big influence on me, but only because I identify it, because that's just my sense of humor.
Sure. Well, that's the thing too, is like I grew up in New York. So I was listening to to Howard Stern.
Old days, yeah.
All through high school. So when I came down here and I discovered real radio, because of course Howard was on in the morning, I would go listen to the Monsters of the Midday. My band was I was in various rock bands. We were always submitting.
Did you have one they played on the radio?
Yeah.
You did.
One was
that during?
It was the Savannah Black Bean Russ. Russ. It was with the classic. Let me say the year. Probably 94, 95, 96.
I graduated high school in 94. The Monsters. Okay. Well, Russ and Bo didn't start till like what, 98. Something like that.
Yeah, I'm just having a brain fart because I was in a band called Sweatbox, and we were submitting songs to the Monsters. I guess that was probably 2001 then. 2000.
Yeah, I was driving a beer truck.
Yeah,
I was that classic. What they always talk about, the beer truck drivers and the truckers listening to them. I was one of those guys.
Yeah.
And they were great. That classic with Jeff Howell.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
man,
All that shit.
classic stuff. And I
Yeah.
loved listening to Howard in the morning before he quit regular radio.
Yep.
I loved it.
Yep. Me too. And that's where my sense of humor is. And that's where, you know, a lot of those folks on those channels, look at Agent DeCamp says LOL Sweatbox. The name of the band was Sweatbox, man. You could probably Google us. You can find some shit. He says 94. Damn, I'm old.
I don't feel old. 94, I graduated. I'm good.
Yeah, well, I think Agent DeCamp has a few years on us, so he's saying that he's old.
Oh, okay. Well, bless him.
I'm class of '89, my friend. So
okay, you're old. Yeah,
I'm old. And I think and Agent's a few years older. So.
Oh, bless you guys.
But we're still reading comics, which Agent DeCamp says he was doing. That brings me to my next question. I saw you in a local comic book store the other day in person.
Big store. I love that store.
For the first time. I can name the store. They're good friends of mine, Cloak and Dagger Comics.
That's right.
In Ormond Beach. Kind of Holly Hill, Ormond Beach, Nova. Brenda and Justin, the proprietors. Hey, what'd you buy? Did you pick up a copy of the Hulk?
Yeah.
How was it?
It was okay. Since it's a #1 and they're trying to do something different, I'm giving it a shot. You know.
Yeah.
Hulk's one of my favorite guys. I didn't come back to listen. When I graduated in '94, joined the Army, and then I was actually sad that I couldn't follow comics anymore. But I came back to comics in 2018, around January, after The Last Jedi. You know, there's some channels out there. Like I by accident, I found this soft-spoken gentleman that had something to say about. I thought I was crazy because everyone's raving about Last Jedi, and I downloaded it. I downloaded it after I went to see it, and it was the first time I ever saw Star Wars opening night was Last Jedi, and I was so sad.
Hey,
I didn't want to be sad.
Hey, I have another guest, a friend of mine named Daryl, aka the D. Daryl, say hello to Daytona Falls in the house.
Hello, Daytona Falls.
So, what's up, pal?
So let's go back to your heartbreaking tale, Daytona Falls. The first time you saw a Star Wars movie in the theater on opening night was The Last Jedi.
Yeah, and we were
sad.
Like, no, yes, ultimately, but we were happy at first. Like, we're going to see Luke Skywalker, baby. You know, Force Awakens said, "Here's Luke." That 3 seconds of his screen time stole the entire movie.
It did.
So, okay, so I suffered through the whole thing. It was the first Star Wars movie my oldest son ever seen. He said it wasn't bad, and I gave him the look like, "Get the fuck out of my house." Just kidding, but I don't want to relive that.
That's okay.
But I remember every time The Empire comes back out in theaters, I go.
I have to sadden you to say that I was luckier because I saw The Empire Strikes Back on the opening night in 1980. Yes, I was 9 years old. I was taken by my grandmother, who took me to see Empire Strikes Back in a Staten Island, New York movie theater. We waited 2.5 hours online to get into the film. And
they have enough room for all those people?
Yeah, well, it was showing all day, all night, whatever. But I saw it the first night it opened, and I was waiting online because, again, 9 years old. I had seen Star Wars in '77, loved it. But I saw it the first night. Couldn't believe how good Empire was. And it's still the best, in my opinion.
It's up there.
Hot take. I wasn't a big fan of Return of the Jedi or Revenge of the Jedi or whatever it's called. I actually liked parts of it. In other words, I hated the Ewok shit. I wasn't a huge fan of the speeder stuff, but I liked the beginning part up until Boba Fett getting eaten by the Sarlacc, which apparently he didn't. I
I
like
don't
the
think
whole beginning. The whole beginning was like
yeah,
epic.
yeah, but that's how they used to do James Bond movies. They
Yeah,
would start the movie with wrapping up something and then going on to the story.
sure.
Uh, I love that's my favorite part of Jedi of Return.
Yeah.
But Return was the first Star Wars I ever saw in theaters, but not
Oh,
opening night.
right. I
But
got you.
I remember when I was a little kid, I obsessed, and like TV Guide would have 3PO and R2 in it, and I would just stare at those. I cut them out. You know, I was a little kid, so I cut them out, paste them in my little book and stuff. Star Wars was always great. I don't know so much anymore, but it's okay.
You're a Star Wars fan, the original trilogy, right, Daryl?
Is there any other Star Wars movies other than the first three?
Well, I got to tell you something. I will.
The one that they came out with that came between Star Wars, because I do not call it A New Hope. It is Star Wars.
It's Star Wars.
And episode 3, I can't remember the name of
Revenge. Revenge of the Sith.
Like
I like, believe it or not, I actually like the Clone Wars and Revenge of the Sith. I like the Clone Wars because of the introduction of Boba Fett and Jango Fett.
Just go ahead.
What are you talking about? Attack?
Yeah, Attack of the Clones. What did I say? Clone Wars. I'm sorry.
I didn't like it until after Disney bought Star Wars. Now the prequels are fucking masterpieces.
Well, yeah, I've watched them. Like, I actually, believe it or not, I will watch some of them even now. I will watch some of them while I'm drawing Venerella, because I love the space scenes in both Attack of the Clones when they're
and Revenge,
when they're chasing the mercenary who's trying to kill the Amidala or whatever. All that shit, that's great stuff. And even the Phantom Menace is just boring and long and tedious.
Fuck it.
And the kid's terrible, but hell, we were excited when we went and saw it. But Attack of the Clones and Revenge aren't bad, and at least it tells a story. It goes into it, and and for whatever you want to say, at least Lucas told his story, and it's his story that leads to New Hope and all that. But
I mean, for me, I feel bad for that kid in the first movie.
Of course.
I mean,
boo
he just got abused.
Boo fucking hell. The kids made lightsaber sounds at you at school. You should have given those motherfuckers the finger and said, fuck you. I'm Anakin Skywalker, motherfucker. That's what he should have been nurtured by his parents to say, own it, baby. Own it.
Crack. No, I think he's dead by now.
No, he ain't dead.
Hey,
he ain't dead. Jake.
Daytona Falls. I know you're here for comedic relief, but let Daryl say it.
I'm sorry.
I don't mind.
I'm sorry. No, I don't mean to override you. I'm trying to add to it. But no, Jake, what's his name? He's to own that shit. He's like, yeah, motherfucker, I'm Anakin Skywalker.
Well, that kid's that kid got pretty screwed up, so he's had a rough life. But hey,
he had bad mama and a bad daddy.
So did Jar Jar Binks. So let's.
I don't care.
Jar Jar Binks had a bad mama and daddy.
Okay, I'll wait till it's my time to talk, and then remind me that I have something to say about Jar Jar.
All right. I'm just going to mute you, Daytona, and let Daryl talk.
No, it's
so anyway, hey, getting back to it, I got to ask you now, Daytona. What I wanted to ask you was you sidestepped and went to Star Wars. I asked you about your experience in the comic book shop. You picked up the Hulk, right? Did you read it? Was it any good? I got to know.
I read it. It's a good setup. We'll see where it goes. Right. The art's not as bad as a lot of the stuff that's out right now. It might be good. It might turn out to be good.
All right. Well, Ryan Stegman's drawing it. So, he is a decent artist. He did a good job with Venom. And Donny Cates, whatever you think of him personally, he is a good comic writer. You got to give it to him.
First and foremost, I have no opinion of Donny Cates because I don't know the man.
I got you.
You know what I mean?
Well, I've met him.
I don't know him.
I've met him.
Well,
he's nice.
Listen, I've read some of his stuff, and it's not bad.
No.
Now, other people might have some stuff to say, but that's between them.
Well, I gotta tell you something. From speaking, kind of, you know, oh yeah, Ryan Otley is the artist. I'm sorry, I said Ryan Stegman. It's Ryan Otley. My mistake. Donny Cates. I liked, like everybody talks about how good Venom was. I actually liked Thor. His first 14 issues of Thor, I thought were fantastic. He had a lot of that Jack Kirby, Stan Lee magic, and also God Country. Daryl, you're familiar with Donny Cates, right? In Daytona. Yep. Don't interrupt Daryl.
No, he can interrupt. It's all good. It's
no,
family
I won't.
time.
Go ahead.
I think the guy's awesome. I have not read any of his Marvel stuff.
Oh, really?
I've read God Country, and there was something else he did before.
Redneck or something?
Redneck was absolutely awesome too.
And
but his Marvel stuff, I have not read any.
Appropriate for me and Daytona here in Daytona, Redneck. And also, you're in Virginia too, so you can't talk.
Yeah. Most of us.
Daryl is coming to us from Virginia, which is also God's country, I think.
I lived there for a little while.
We have three things here. We have banks, we have churches, and we have car lots. That's all we have in this town where I live.
That's all you need. You still don't have a comic book store, right?
No.
Man.
Once upon a time in the late 90s, early 90s, we had as many as like 7.
Wow.
And then, it went away. They kind of came back. We had like 4. And then they just slowly faded away.
Hey, let me give a shout out to On Comics. Thank you for joining us, On Comics.
Hey, On Comics.
What I'd like to interrupt the broadcast for a moment and tell you guys, we're talking about Donny Cates, we're talking about Star Wars, Disney shit. But see, the thing is, I'm actually here to beg for money tonight.
Don't do that.
I have a campaign.
Pander to the crowd.
I have a campaign called Venerella #1 on Indiegogo. And here it is. We got, I'm up to $1,811 with 7 days left. I would like to get to 2,000. I know the only way to do that is to actually give away some more, not give away, but offer some more original art. But I'm going to play something for you real quick. Gonna entertain you with my music stylings.
Wow and amaze.
And if you buy back Venerella, you will get a copy of this song. It's called Vampire Bride. I will email it to you 7 days from now when the campaign is over.
Almost
free.
Dust to dust, my friend. Vampire Bride has got a price on my head. She's still haunting me. I can't feel her pumping through my blood. She's still haunting me. Moving down my unholy love.
Some artwork from the book, 32 pages. I have 5 pages left to draw, and going to be fulfilling the last week of December, right after Christmas.
Have you guys share the link out on social media?
Yes, please. The link is in the is down below. And I'll share it before I get off the broadcast. But you can just check the link on the replay, or if you're live. I think everyone on the broadcast right now has backed it. So please share the link on your respective social medias.
Nice.
But, so this is like a telethon. I'm going to beg. I'm actually begging for money right now. And I have my bass guitar out. And that song that I just sang you is like this. Thought I saw you on the train last night. Thought I smelt her in the park. I was predator, and now I'm prey. Got me afraid of the dark. She's still haunting me. I can feel her pumping through my blood. She's still haunting me, the victim of my unholy love. That song's called Vampire Bride. I wrote that probably when I was in my 20s, and I brought it to the band Luna Dementia. We recorded that on our record, our self-titled record, which used to be on iTunes and Spotify and will be soon again. But anybody that's backed the campaign for Venerella #1 gets that song sent to them. Probably December 8th, December 9th, I'll send that to your email, your Gmail, your Hotmail, your AOL, whatever the fuck you have. Speaking of fuck, this show is not for children. But if you're an adult watching this show, please go hit the like button, the subscribe button, and click the bell for notifications. But not with Sweatbox. No, Agent DeCamp. I did not write this. Agent DeCamp knows me personally. He's going to bring up the name Sweatbox forever. Anthony, why did you go from the drums to the bass? I started playing drums when I was 13 years old. And in every band I was in, I always had the best voice. So I always had to sing. So I had to get out from behind the drums and start playing guitar and playing bass. Anyway, so everybody who likes that music, Luna Dementia will be back in 2022. We're going to be celebrating the 8th or 9th anniversary of that album. And again, that was kind of like before this YouTube, Twitter, Instagram phenomenon about 8 or 9 years ago. Really wasn't that heavy into it. So no one besides the people that saw us play live. We opened for Blue Oyster Cult. We opened for a bunch of big bands, played all over the Daytona area, Orlando at a place called The Haven.
I've heard of that.
But then we kind of just fizzled out. My guitarist, Jeff Rankin, who Daryl knows very well, he had to go back to school to get a new IT training certificate because that's what he was doing. Had to support his family, pay the mortgage, all that. So the band kind of went inactive. Then we kind of got the band back together in 2013, 2014, had troubles finding drummers, as do all bands. And just recently, I've been speaking to the gentleman who actually played drums on that song you just listened to. And we're going to get back together next month, start rehearsing and recording some new music. So Daytona Falls, I think you need a more expensive lighter because I don't think that's working too well for you.
It's working fine.
But other than that, yes, who's asking me a question?
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Now that we've set the baseline for our ages and everything.
Yeah.
And I've heard your song. I've heard a couple songs. What were your major influences growing up that led to this?
To our comic book writing or music?
Music.
My influences were Rush, Led Zeppelin, Beatles, The Who. And then as I got older, Iron Maiden, Fate's Warning, Dream Theater, and then Slayer, Metallica, Anthrax, Pantera.
Right. Okay, so we have basically the same. Okay, because I play too.
Oh,
but
yeah.
You're not going to see Metallica in my playing.
You're
not going to see a lot of those bands. The way you sound.
There's a lot of Motley Crue and Kiss in my sound.
Well, you're more. I think you're more melodic.
Oh yeah. Of course. Yeah, no,
so
I
was trying to get a bead.
Yeah, no, my influences are bluesy, Bad Company, Beatles, Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd. You know, I listened and played a lot of Pink Floyd and Rush in cover bands, and I have a high register in my voice. So, and also, believe it or not, a lot of 80s hair metal, Bon Jovi, Poison, Striper, White Lion. I was from Staten Island, New York. So when I grew up on Staten Island in high school, I was the kid listening to Whitesnake and Def Leppard and Bon Jovi and White Lion and Guns N' Roses. Whereas, I thought the Maiden, Slayer, Anthrax were mostly the druggy crowd or the stoner crowd. And again,
Really?
I said I'm from Staten Island, New York. So that's the land of parachute pants and Guidos and shit.
Dude.
So the fact that I was listening to any rock music growing up on Staten Island, New York, driving my Camaro down the street.
Wait a minute.
Good.
Wait a minute. I gotta get you on this. You're much older than me, and so you probably, yes, were more exposed to the metal scene before I was.
Yeah.
But you're talking about druggies.
Well, no.
The Doors. Yeah, like you grew
Oh,
up with the Doors.
But in high school,
Led Zeppelin especially. God
but
damn.
the thing was, again, I was from the Catholic school system in Staten Island, New York. So it was okay. It was
that's different than anything I've experienced.
Right, and also, you listen. Even though you listen to Led Zeppelin, you still had Cavarici jeans on and driving your IROC to the
I wish
to the bagel store. No, I'm talking about me.
Oh.
I was on. You gotta understand. It's like Staten Island, New York, is Guidoville in the mid '80s and still is. Okay, you were born.
They had a lot of money. When I grew up, I was poor.
It wasn't
poor.
It wasn't a lot about money. It was about status. Guys and girls in Staten Island, they're born with gold chains around them. It's like it's a Guido thing. So.
No, I get that. But when I grew up with music, I became more rebellious because I was so poor. I played whatever I could get my hands on. You know what I mean? It's great. I mean, there's no wrong way to approach music, but
when I got into college, that's when I started listening to things that I didn't get on the radio or friends' music collections or whatever, most people.
Exactly. Except I didn't go to college. I went in the military, but I met thousands of motherfuckers, all different places, all different music.
Sure.
And that's when I first started playing because I needed an outlet to, when you're away from home, especially the first time, and you're meeting all these new people, that you need something to anchor yourself. Sure. And that's when I found music.
And thank you for your service, by the way.
Nah, you ain't got to do that.
All right.
It was a job.
Whatever. I thought it was something nice to say.
Thank you. I've learned how to say thank you the last 10 years. So
there you go. Agent DeCamp says his Capri RS would have smoked my IROC. No doubt. Daryl, let me get you in the conversation. What did you listening?
My S10. My S10 would have smoked your IROC.
Have you, Daryl, did you ever move away from your Virginia? You went to high school in Virginia?
Yep, always been here.
What kind of music were you rocking in the high school?
Oh, we had back in the 80s, we had all the hair bands. And if you saw in the chat, I put Cherry Pie was in there.
Sure.
But all those 80s bands.
I saw those guys in Savannah.
Oh, really?
Night
Ranger.
The Cherry Pie guys, Night something.
Oh,
Warrant.
What the fuck was I thinking? But I saw those guys in
earlier.
Night Ranger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I mean, AC/DC, Metallica, early Metallica back in the day.
Yeah.
Van Halen back in the day.
Oh, you know what? That's a big deal for me. I didn't even think about Van Halen.
AC/DC.
Both. Fuck yeah.
Both David Lee Roth, and then even when Sammy took over.
Yeah.
When 5150 came out, I think I was in my junior year or senior year of high school. No, actually I was in my sophomore year when 5150 came out, and then they came out with and then it was cool because David Lee Roth came out with Eat 'Em and Smile, and then Van Halen put an album out called OU812, which was nice little them fucking with each other. But both those albums, both David Lee Roth's band and Van Halen at the time, they were both firing on all cylinders, and the music was great. Yep. And that's, and again, Just like, and I'll segue into comic books from there. It's just like back then, say Warrant came out with their shittiest album, okay? The day it came out, it would still sell 1 million copies. The shittiest Tesla record or Bon Jovi record or Def Leppard, the shittiest record with no airplay and one good song on it would still sell 1 million copies.
Mm-hmm.
Just like McFarlane, Lee, Liefeld, whatever, 90s. Comic books would sell millions of copies.
Used to.
Today, there's maybe 2 recording artists, 3 tops in the whole world that sell 1 million copies the first week. And most of it's iTunes sales. But the truth of the matter is physical media, man, it's gone. It's gone. It's gone. But independent folks like myself still selling them on Indiegogo. There are people on Kickstarter. There are independent companies out there. And the big 2, Donnie Cates. They're
your favorites. We know
that. No, I like Donnie Cates. You're talking
I'm talking about Marvel and DC.
You're talking about Tom. Well, the thing is, that's what's funny is that I grew up reading I have boxes and boxes and boxes of Marvel and DC. I have John Byrne's Wolverine right behind me. I grew up reading every Marvel and DC. My dad was an on-the-road trucker my whole life. He used to stop at every truck stop, bring me piles of comics home. The thing is that, comic books, I didn't have video games. It didn't have whatever. I was an only child.
Me too.
I have a sister, but she was born when I was 17. So my first 17 years of my life had no siblings. Comic books were my friends. And all the characters were my friends. And it didn't matter whether it was DC or Marvel. I did love the Marvel. Fantastic Four, Avengers, George Perez, John Byrne, Sal Buscema, John Buscema, Neil Adams, Marv Wolfman, George Perez, all that shit. That was my life. Then in the 90s, when I saw Image come out and the art actually excited me, I'm a writer, but I'm an artist first. I love the art. I love the visual medium. But I love Marvel and DC. But unfortunately, I love what they were. And the reason I asked Daytona Falls about the Hulk is because there's a deep feeling inside me that I want to buy it. But I decided not to because I don't like how Venom Donnie Cates wrote Venom, and I liked the first couple of volumes, and it just kind of petered out. And then his Thor run, he went 14 issues, and then he took a break. Like he left the book for 3 issues. And I'm like, I actually liked it because it reminded me of Bronze Age storytelling. But now I don't trust Marvel and DC anymore. I was reading even Batman by James Tynion IV. And then as soon as we heard stories that he was leaving and that he was going to Substack, the book went nowhere. It was Batman and Harley Quinn just standing around talking to each other for 6 pages. And it was the same conversation they had the previous issue. So I don't buy anything. In fact, Daryl, I'm not even buying any Spawn anymore because that let me down. Because I was excited when Todd McFarlane said, "Oh, I'm putting out more Spawn issues." But guess what? They're all shit. And you know what? Quality beats quantity. I would rather have one issue of Spawn a month that Todd McFarlane has a good artist on, and maybe he's inking it, or maybe and I know he's writing them. There's nothing wrong with that. But
he's doing the Marvel method with it. Here's the plot. You finish it.
Right. Well, now what it is he's got Spawn, King Spawn, Tales of Spawn, Spawn Universe, and Gunslinger Spawn. And it's like I bought the first Gunslinger Spawn with Brett Booth drawing it. But
you didn't like it?
I liked it, but then there was a bunch of backup stories with other artists and other writers, and it's
I don't know about that. But that's just to establish, rather than do 300 issues.
I know.
Here's a quick. I don't know. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed
it too. What was happening is I was going to my LCS that you're familiar with, and I was having there were like 3 Spawn issues in my box every week, and I'm like, I didn't get time to read the last one. But that's me. But again,
well, I missed it because when I left in '94, it was already well established, so I missed out on Spawn until 2018, and then just last year I started getting the Spawns like started around 315 or something.
Sure, and they're good.
It was okay.
I just didn't like when he went to the 3 or 4 titles. It's like I liked it when it was just the one title, when he had the road to 300. And then those 10 issues after that, like you said, to 315, they were awesome. Yeah. They were awesome. But now he's doing I got 30 variant covers and I got 5 titles. And I can't buy one. I can't be bothered with all that.
I'd buy one.
Agent DeCamp Blackout. Pop Culture Avenger and Agent DeCamp are just mentioning Scorpion songs, or there's a power outage. I'm not sure. Yeah, no, they're just mentioning Scorpion songs. Agent DeCamp and Pop Culture Avenger. Bravo to both of you, by the way. Big backers of Venerella and Misty America. You guys on the chat, you guys hosting with me tonight, you both backed Venerella. I appreciate it. Tell your friends, as Bon Jovi said, tell your mom. Can
I say one thing?
Yes, sir.
I understand your trepidation with McFarlane nowadays.
Yeah.
But when I see every Spawn issue, and this is why it's always in my pull now, because it's so much better than what I'm seeing from other people.
Oh, I know.
Some people, I appreciate some of that art. Yeah. It's gory and visceral, and I like that. And I get La Muerta, I get Lady Death.
Yeah.
And I want Oh My Gods. I'm sure I missed some. So I wouldn't mind getting some of those too.
All right.
And
well,
Venerella.
That's the thing. And Venerella, by the way, has a lot of gore in it. The pages that I showed earlier and the pages that I show online, those are just the booty sexy pictures. There's a lot of dismemberment and blood and ripped entrails, but I'm not showing that because it's too spoiler for the discussion.
Yeah, well, you don't want to give away everything in the trailer.
No, not at all. But the thing is, and you gotta. Here's the deal. It's a funny story because I'm a huge Spawn fan. The guy below us has a huge dislike for Todd McFarlane and Spawn, and that's his deal.
I didn't say I like the character. I like the art. Yeah,
getting back to the point though, there's a lot of independent stuff. There's a lot of Dynamite stuff, the Vampirellas, and I just picked up Hell Witch by
God. Over about a year ago it came out, right? I have that one.
Well, this is a new volume. It was in the store just the other day. I know
they got a new one?
Yeah, I know. Polito did a.
I like Polito.
Polito did a Kickstarter for it or something. But
shit!
Here it is. It was on the rack when you were in there with me the other day.
Motherfucker! I must be blind. I love Polito.
It just came out.
I missed those. I mean that.
What'd you say?
I want that.
I said, how could you miss those? I mean that.
Yeah, he missed it.
I'll tell you why. So I go in there and they got my pull, and he goes like, "Hey, what's up, Bert?" And I go so I check what's on the rack, and then I see this fucking 4-foot tall Hobbit superstar, Anthony Sica. And I'm like, Mr. Sica, because we spoke before. I'm like, yeah, we know Cloak and Dagger, right?
Yeah.
And so I look and I'm starstruck.
Now
I'm starstruck.
Let
me get this out.
I am 5'7".
Give me 30 seconds.
5'7".
30 seconds. I see this super fucking star across the. He looks me in the eye, and I look at him. I'm like, that's that motherfucker, right? So I pretend to look at the stacks, and then I look over. He looks at me again. I'm like, okay, we've established contact. Don't be a weirdo, right? So I'm
Did
like,
you
Mr.
buy him a
Sica,
drink?
I was going to offer, but I don't know what his history is. You might, for all I know, you're a recovering alcoholic, and it would be an insult. But would I buy you a beer? Sure. You know what I mean? Here's my vision of the future. And you,
Dinner,
comic
dancing.
books, a comic book store with a video game store, and in the back, instead of all the Super Nintendo retro crap, you sell beers.
Porn. Oh, beers. Okay.
Well, porn, sure. God damn it.
Yeah, I'd have a big ass arcade back there. Damn, I love that.
Yeah, arcade. You're allowed to drink beer. You know, most beer drinkers are sane, especially video game, comic book nerds, and all of us. Why not have a beer and then go play a giant tournament at Street Fighter 2 Turbo?
Well, that's because in the stores that we go into, there's a bunch of crazy millennials there shelling out hundreds of dollars buying starter packs of some sort of games. I don't know what they're doing in there.
Let them buy them. Well, we're not trying to sell.
I have no idea.
If they're happy, more power.
Yeah, fucking sell it to them.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying, hey, every you fucking all you weirdos, are you sure you don't want to drink and come out back and have a beer?
Good point.
It's for the people.
They are legal. They are legal to drink. They are old enough to drink.
But
they just
you're
can't
not really
afford
advertising. It's for the guy. It's those for us that like I would love to spend hours in there.
Yeah.
But I'm always like coming from work to pick up my kid. So I'm like, I make time to go to the store.
Yeah, well, I was on my lunch break, so that's how rushed I was.
Oh, yeah. I want to say something about what Agent DeCampo put, tattoo parlor. In about an hour from here, there was a comic book shop with a tattoo parlor.
Now, I don't like that Hobbit thing. Yeah, I know I'm short. I'm short.
I'm sorry,
but I'm 5'7". That's not very nice. Okay.
I didn't mean that.
You
just
did.
Commentary. You called me a crackhead. Fuck you.
Because you were from. That's true. You got it. Yeah. Yeah. Meth, crack. I called you plenty of names, but see, I never met you before. I only saw you in the chat.
Yeah.
So.
No, it's a jokes, bro. It's fine.
Of course. But you're right. We should I want to open up a bar, comic book shop / strip club too, where all the strippers have to cosplay. Work? They have to cosplay.
That might work.
As Rogue and Storm.
Body paint. Body paint. Body paint Rogue.
You got them hairy toes.
And she's like, you can't touch me or I'll absorb your essence. I'm like, that's what I want, baby. That's what I want.
Okay, now see, that was the best line of the night. Daytona Falls.
Got more.
Daytona Falls, you are welcome back anytime with that comment.
Well, I wasn't being dirty, was I?
No, you not dirty enough.
That's the only kind of superpower I'm interested in. You're not going to end this, are you?
In a few minutes I am, because here's the deal. I have a page that I have to finish tonight.
Well, just point the camera at the page. We can continue talking.
You know what? Here, I'll just move over. I'll just move over. And I'll go over here. How's that? Here, look.
Yeah, we can still talk together. It's only 9:30. Come on.
I'll move my hobbit ass over here. And I'll draw.
Sorry, I didn't mean that.
All good. I'm here. So, hey, Daryl.
Hey, yo.
I want to talk to Daryl a minute. Daryl, in Virginia, since the pandemic started, he's been playing disc golf, which is golf with frisbees. Daryl, you pulled your back out the other day, but I saw you. You were playing today, weren't you? Or was that
that was the video from that day.
Oh,
I took today off.
Oh,
it's kind of loosening up now.
Are you feeling better?
Yeah, about tomorrow.
Did you apply Icy Hot?
No, I support DC Comics.
Did you apply?
I used Ben Gay.
Ben Gay is brought to you by DC Comics now.
And you're welcome.
What do you think about that, Daytona Falls?
Whatever gets you off, pal.
What do you think about all the characters that they're turning gay?
Sucks.
Okay.
God, literally.
But I bow.
As I said, like growing up, I remember picking up Alpha Flight, right? By John Byrne.
Yeah, no one gave a fuck. No one gave a fuck that North Star's gay. I remember seeing that shit on the fucking news. It's 6 o'clock news. We have our first gay character in Marvel Comics, North Star. Like, I have some of that old shit.
Yeah.
Who gives a fuck?
Well,
Nobody
that's the
gave
thing
a fuck.
the thing is that as soon as John Byrne introduced him, you knew he was gay. You could almost hear his lisp through the pages.
You saw his costume, right?
Right. But the truth of the matter was, though,
no, he was conflicted. It was a good character.
But the truth of the matter was, it was a good character, and there was no problem with it. I remember, and like for example, I remember reading The Invisibles by Grant Morrison, right? And everybody was trans, and you know, they had like
because they were fucking aliens.
There was cross dressers. There was a whole bunch of shit, right? No one cared because here's the deal: the authors and the comic book companies never had to put out press releases about it. They just wrote these stories, you know, and that's
and they didn't attack. They didn't attack their customers, calling them bigots. They didn't attack their customers saying, "Don't buy it; it's not for you."
Right?
It's a character. David Bowie did it first. Like everyone already fucking knows that there's weirdos. You know, they didn't attack them. They just put it out, and people liked it because it was a good story.
Exactly.
It didn't shove it down your fucking throat. I don't mean to cuss. I'm sorry. They didn't shove it down your neck.
Right.
Well, I don't want to cuss too much. I don't want to just be that guy that is all I do is cuss.
All right. Well, fuck that. It's all good. But no, that's the truth. It's like when North Star debuted in Alpha Flight, we didn't have a problem with it because we just assumed that was the way the character was, and it was good. And I was more interested in his schizophrenic, sexy as sister.
Yeah, see, I just saw Alpha Flight in a Marvel. What was it? Marvel. Fuck. What do you call it? It's like a king gets his music. You know what's it called? The king's music. Da 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 da. It's a Marvel. I forget what it is, but I read it the other day, and it featured Alpha Flight in that issue.
Oh, you're talking about Marvel Fanfare?
Yes. Yeah, Fanfare. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, and that was a good story.
Oh yeah, it was certainly was.
It was messed up, but it was okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I the last couple of months I buy I go on eBay, and there's this dude that'll just send you a box of 70 comics for like $25 free shipping.
You need to share that link.
Yeah, I will. I can't do it right now. I'm on my phone, but so I got a couple of boxes. I had like 140 comics I've been going through the past
that's great.
11 months, and it's all old stuff.
Sure.
Great stuff.
That's awesome.
And that's kind of the problem. Daryl and myself will go on these YouTube shows, and everybody's got all these classic Defenders and Invaders and Avengers and Batman and Nightfall issues and all this stuff, Death of Superman run, all this stuff. And it's like, no one, like at least people our age, there's nothing new coming out that we're excited about. And I'm hoping that when the She-Hulk comes out, Marvel won't and I'm not even talking about the TV show. I'm talking about the comic book that they're releasing. They got Adam Hughes doing sexy covers for. I hope they actually do her justice and make it like John Byrne or even Dan Slott's She-Hulk, which was the traditional Jen Walters. I'm a lawyer. but I Hulk out and I get all sexy and confident, and that's my that's my bag. You know, I don't want them writing about, you know, her trying to put rich white guys away.
Why do we need to see Superman with a mask on?
Because that was Superman telling everybody that they need a mask.
Superman can go fuck himself. He doesn't get sick.
No, he doesn't.
But he
maybe,
can promote.
Maybe there's a kryptonite variant coming out.
Coming out next year.
To go with
God.
that.
Oh my God!
That Cybertron one that's coming.
It's good. It's gonna be. It's good next year. Superman gets COVID.
That's the death of Superman again.
Anytime now.
Oh my God, that's the weakest fucking thing you can do. It's the G word.
Now, can I be honest with you, Daytona Falls and Daryl? I'm actually surprised. I'm surprised that one of the big two companies hasn't given one of their heroes COVID to tell people to go get the shots or whatever.
Yeah, they can get that ESG
And
money.
by the way, I'm not talking politically. I'm talking about corporations telling people what they should do. And I'm really surprised. In fact, Daryl, I'm going to email Tom Taylor and tell him about that idea.
Well, I said it first. God damn it! At least put me on the spray paint my wall or my name on a wall on a comic book. Daytona Falls.
A couple of years ago, I met Tom Taylor at a convention because my son, my teenage son or almost teenage son, he had the graphic novels for Injustice. That, you know, based on the video game, and I guess it was a graphic novel, whatever. Anyway, truth of the matter is Tom Taylor, I think, was the author. And I actually liked what he did when he wrote some of those deceased comics. Mm-hmm. But in the last 6 months, Tom Taylor is like my most hated comic writer. I just don't like
enemy.
I don't care that I don't even care. Here's my take. Let me tell you something. And Daryl knows
the gloves.
No, I don't need the gloves, but
burning bridges.
No, Jonathan Kent, son of Kal-El, when he was kidnapped and he went to the future, right? Maybe in the future, in the year 3000s or wherever he was, maybe sexuality isn't a thing. So maybe it's very fluid. So I kind of understand that whole theory. So then he comes back to 2021 and maybe he is bisexual. Maybe he likes to bang rocks. Who knows?
Okay.
Because let's face it.
Let me know when you're done.
The Captain Kirk Star-Lord thing, you know, hey, they're banging aliens of all sorts. But that's my point. That's all I got to say. But the problem I had was the whole virtue signaling of Tom Taylor going online ahead of the release and saying in his Australian accent, which I'm not going to try and do, it's like, I am so proud of myself, a straight dude, creating or making, not even creating, he didn't create Jonathan Kent, but he's making him. And again, I always complain. I always kind of feel bad for actual gay people because they're making all these characters bisexual, which means they can always change their mind later. I got no problem with gay people, but make them gay and create them gay like North Star and leave them alone. But Tom Taylor, here's the deal. I wouldn't buy Superman if he was like banging 10 million broads an issue. I have no interest in that Superman title. But the truth of the matter is I do have interest in comic book writers and artists going on national news programs saying, look at how wonderful I am that I'm representing people. There's my problem. End of the conversation for me.
Well, you covered a lot of things, and I wish
I tried.
I now I understand what it's like to talk to me on a live stream. because I had some really good points, but then I forgot what the fuck
That is my biggest
I
problem.
was gonna say.
Look
So
at
you're
Agent
really
DeCamp.
being rude, sir.
Agent DeCamp said the best thing. Tom Taylor allowed to get emails because he's in Australia. Probably not.
No, they don't get there.
No, because Australia doesn't exist.
It's just Margot Robbie, the Hemsworths, and Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, and Yvonne
And a handful of abos.
Wait a minute. Hanson. Don't forget Hanson.
Oh God, it's Silverchair. Oh
I'm pretty
God,
sure they're
Silverchair.
Australian,
Silverchair.
No, Silverchair. They were great.
You know, I remember when they came out. I think I just started my second year of what you would consider college, but I was in the Army. You know, it's our college years, you know, and away from home.
Mm-hmm.
And Silverchair came out, and I was like, holy shit, these motherfuckers are actually like pulling together a Nirvana / Pearl Jam thing in a little bit. Remember back then? Well, you were all, yeah, Frog Stomp was the only album that I think matters, because after that they got a G word for fags.
Yeah, it was terrible.
But no, but it was pretty. That first album was pretty good. He was actually singing his heart out.
It was good. Then it went downhill.
After that, it looked oh Amy song. But they won a contest. They had an explosive first album. Bless them. To this day, I don't listen to it anymore because I'm 46. But when people bring it up, I'll be like, "Fuck yeah, that was a good album."
Oh, I will listen to stuff from the 80s and 90s that weren't popular.
I have more appreciation. I'm sorry. I have more appreciation for 80s hair metal than I ever did when I was growing up around it because I didn't like it. But now, it's so much better than what's out now. So when it comes on, I'm like, yeah, dude, I guess I was missing out. You know, I was the only child. Me and my mom bounced around. So the only music I had was like Pink Floyd and shit. No, not that one. Start over at the first song, first song.
You get.
Israel song or whatever it is.
If I play that too long, they'll stop my stream or whatever.
No, that doesn't sound like
oh no. You start you play it. It's really easy. Remember that?
Yeah. Oh, you want me to play that on the bass?
Yeah, they can't hit you if we're like, playing it.
I'm drawing right now.
Oh, okay, so
you gotta pay extra for the bass.
Daryl, you're up on vocals, pal.
You don't want a redneck from Virginia to try to sing something.
You don't wait tomorrow. Remember that?
Wow.
Yeah,
that was a great album.
That's all they had, though.
Yeah.
Well, pretty much. I think they had 2 more albums, but I didn't really pay attention.
Yeah, no, that's the only ones that did anything.
I'm sure they'll be on a reunion tour before too much longer.
Oh, God.
They played a few years ago. They played in Orlando a few years ago.
Did they really?
Yep.
Well, who'd they play with? Who'd they open for?
They were probably opening for
other guys like Poison and
Sugar Ray.
All them, they came back.
Sugar Ray and Everclear.
You know what?
I would go to that concert in a heartbeat.
Me too.
Yeah, why the fuck not, dude?
I would love that.
I just want to go chill the fuck out, You gotta
say though, the Everclear songs, every single one of them is the same song.
Oh yeah, just like AC/DC.
Yeah,
AC/DC song is the same song.
Yeah, I hated that. I hated that shit when I was in my 20s and idealistic, but nowadays, hey, that's just catchy. Let's have a good time.
Every Everclear song is this.
Get it. 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 Dig deep. Yeah, that's a great camera angle too. I got to see that down the entirety of the neck. Good job. Come on, get it.
Enter your own
Yeah,
joke
boy.
there, ladies and
That's
gentlemen.
rock and roll, homie.
Talk about looking at his long neck, so to speak.
Whatever. Point up this way. Whatever.
That's a Thunderbird, heavy as fuck too.
You know what? I don't have a Thunderbird. It was by Innova, I think, one of my discs.
No, I appreciate that stuff because my father-in-law is Leslie West, and he told me a lot of stories before he passed about, his best friend Eddie Van Halen, and he was the only one that visited him when he was going through rehab.
Okay,
in the early '80s.
All right, we have to back up a minute.
Okay.
Your father-in-law was Leslie West.
Yeah, God bless him.
I mean,
I like that guy.
You see how he glossed over this awesome story?
No, because you don't just, oh, hey guys, what's up? I know Leslie West.
Hey, I know
we're
a guy that
talking.
knows the guy.
You didn't say you knew him. You said he was your father-in-law.
No, I know, but you don't lead a conversation like that.
That seems like the lead story.
Yeah. We don't put that on page 7.
Your father-in-law was one of the greatest guitarists ever.
Sorry, my kid's up. I had to talk to him real quick. What were you saying?
I said Leslie West, in my opinion, is one of the greats.
He is the starting point for many of the best fucking metal players that ever existed. Let me give you my top 5. Number 1, and in no order. I respect all these artists as my number 1, but I got 5 of them. Number 1, Eddie Van Halen. Number 2, Zakk Wylde. Number 3, Slash. Number 4, Randy Rhoads. Number 5, I always forget. I can never remember all of them. But anyone that can do that crazy whistle sound with the guitar when they're going nuts, Leslie did it first. And he told me this story about at Woodstock when they played. That they're like, we're not going to pay you to be on this video, like the Woodstock video. And he's like, fuck you, keep me off it. And the mountain is not in the official Woodstock video.
So
now,
you're serious. Leslie West was your father-in-law.
I don't fucking talk shit, man. I can only talk about what I know.
He put an album out either before his passing or
he put a few
prior
out.
that had all these guest people. I think it was Still Climbing. Amazing record. I think Slash played on it, didn't he?
I don't listen to it religiously.
Okay.
But I have, maybe. I have the record, and he was my father. All I can tell you is, what I know. I didn't really give a fuck about the imaginary fucking cowboy song. Yeah. It's good. It's really technical, but it's not really my jam.
Sure.
And when I saw him at last time we were up there, they moved down here before he died, but one Christmas year, we went up to see him. We saw him at BB King's in Manhattan.
I love BB King.
And he had a set list, and Jenny was his wife, my girlfriend's mom, was really nice to put me as I got this placard and stuff, and I actually pulled security, and any of these motherfuckers could have killed me to get in there, but he doesn't follow the set list, and he's like he's a stand-up comedian. This guy was a comedian. If you ever seen him live, he's sitting there, he's talking to people, making you laugh. I go in his house, and Robert Townsend's fucking kissing him on the lips, and Kinnison, Howard Stern, all these guys.
I love Robert Townsend.
During the classics, man.
Howard Stern used to have Leslie on all the time.
Mm-hmm. So the first time I met him, right, they were like, I hope you're not a super fan. I'm like, no, I'll be cool. You don't want to be like, I wasn't. I knew Mississippi Queen. That's all I knew. I didn't even know he was a singer and guitar player. I met him, and then he'd already lost his leg at that point. So he just goes back in his room, whatever. About an hour later, he's like, hey, Bert. And Jenny's like, he's trying to get your attention. Oh, I'm sorry. What's up? Come in here. I want to show you something. Right. So we go in his office and he shows me all his records on the wall and stuff, with Kanye and the guy who did 99 Problems, every time and he's ever been used, he gets one of those records in addition to his records. So, he's just trying to show it to me. And I'm like, dude, it blew me away. And then I go back in the living room and about 20 minutes later, he doesn't really work on everyone else's time. He'll just deal with you when he feels like it. And he gave me one of his guitars.
Wow.
He gave me one of his yeah, it's so kind.
That's awesome.
And this is about 5-6 years ago.
Now, do you still have it?
Yeah, of course. What the fuck? And Jenny's like, oh, I'll get you a thing of authenticity. I'm like, I don't need it. I'm never going to get rid of it. Right. Why would I do that?
Well, why would you need it? Aren't you with his daughter?
Exactly.
Yeah, we have a child.
Yeah, so.
I have a son. But it's about the guitar. The certificate of authenticity because he signed it for me and everything. Whatever. We got pictures. Yeah. I'm like, I don't need that. Like, I don't need to impress anybody.
Well, again, so, I kind of think you have an automatic certificate of authenticity by relations. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, we're not blood, but
but you gave him a grandson, right?
I gave my dead mother a grandson.
Oh, okay.
Like, I love the guy and everything, but I didn't grow up with the guy or nothing.
No,
that's how we became friends.
I didn't mean literally.
He knew but he knew I didn't want anything from him. Like, he's a big guy, well, fat too, but he was a big guy, and he just wanted people around him that didn't want nothing from him.
Yeah.
So we became friends.
I gotta tell you, I wasn't expecting the chat to go this way, this conversation, but I'm very pleased. I'm very pleased that it did because I pulled out the bass, not knowing that this was going to be a musical themed night, but it was cool.
I'm not a critic. I love music, and I was playing music before I ever met this motherfucker. So
nice.
And this is where we became friends. He was talking to me about baseball games. I'm talking about this book I'm writing. I was working with an artist, but the artist dropped out. So I finished the story and just tell him this stuff. And he's like, man, that's cool, man. Because he used to like comics when he was younger.
Sure.
At least a little bit, any art is great art. When you put your soul into it.
That's right. And I put my soul into Venerella #1. So please back it today. There's only 7 days left.
One hell of a segue.
7 days left to pick up Venerella #1 on Indiegogo right now. The link to the Indiegogo campaign is in the description below. What a great chat. We have Pop Culture Avenger, Agent DeCamp. I'm sorry I didn't see you go. Agent DeCamp made a comment about I can see why he's outside now. Pop Culture Avenger says those kangaroos in Australia are fucking jacked, muscular motherfuckers. Now, if you could just say that in an Aussie man accent, that would be great. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, go on YouTube and look up Aussie man reviews. They are wonderful. Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, I want to thank my co-hosts. I do have to get off the YouTube channel. I'm going to be bidding adieu because Daytona Falls, I was thanking everybody in the chat. I'm going to be departing now from the YouTube channel. But I do want to say, I want to give some opportunity. Daryl, what you got going on this week, sir?
I just posted a couple of disc golf videos. I just posted a new comic book haul I got from eBay. Check it out. Some cool stuff I got actually cheap. And what else? Some sports card videos will be coming out in the next day or two. And more disc golf stuff will be coming out in the very near future.
And look up Daryl at Simply Incredible Podcast on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
What is it?
The Simply Incredible Podcast.
The Simply Incredible Podcast. Sorry, Daryl. I know you're not called the Nerdy Collective, at least.
No,
But anyway,
not your answer.
the Simply Incredible podcast, Daryl has a gazillion followers. They don't actually watch the videos, but he's got a lot of followers. And Daryl, did I see you're going to be appearing on the Nerdy Collective?
I don't know which one I might be appearing on.
All right, just take a nap first.
That's
it starts-
the
It starts at 1 a.m.
Yeah.
So,
oh my
anyway.
God.
So, and by the way, I did want to introduce
Yes.
who I believe will be the next homosexual DC character.
No.
It would explain why, for decades, he's been trying to get a hold of Batman, and he was kicking Harley Quinn out when she got Batman.
No, it's because she was too possessive.
He was, yeah. I'm just saying, he's been wanting Batman really bad for way too many years.
That has a whole new meaning to put in. But yeah, you're right.
He's gonna bless those biscuits.
And not necessarily. I think he wants to just. I think he just wants to slide down the bat pole.
If you know what we're saying.
No.
Daytona Falls. Even though we have no idea. Okay, now we see your face a little bit with a crown. We see
It's a halo.
It's a
crown
hat.
in the background.
It's a hat. Oh yeah, that crown is from 1 year when I was doing the show, and I played the character of the King of Holly Hill.
Very nice. All right. Well,
I don't do that anymore.
That's an accomplished title, the King of Holly Hill.
Oh God.
Anyway,
Was she
Daytona
cute?
Falls. I'm giving you 20 seconds to just say something, plug anything. Tell
Sure.
us where they can find you on Twitter at Daytona Falls, correct?
Sure.
All right. Do you do any YouTube channels besides this one?
Daytona Falls on YouTube. I
Okay.
do irreverent humor, comedy relief. So I'm not much of a host, but I do really quick videos, and I do funny stuff.
Well, invite me
Check it
on your
out.
channel. Invite me on your channel sometime, sir.
I never go live.
Oh,
I
okay.
go on other people's.
I got
I'm
you.
too lazy.
All
I'm
right.
lazy.
Well,
But you can
Well,
find my
that's all-
channel. It's
that's all
God
for-
damn it.
that's all.
You
for
gave me 20 seconds. I got 5 seconds left.
1,000.
I'm just kidding. It's the only show that goes nowhere and does nothing except make fun of our own lives and have some laughs along the way. Thank you so much, Anthony.
No
And
problem,
it's nice
man.
to meet you, Daryl.
Hey,
Nice to meet you, too, man.
We enjoyed having you on. I like the comic
Can I say
relief.
one other thing right quick?
Yeah.
Go back to my videos, and last week Anthony was on. Check out that video, a really awesome show where
Yeah, send it to
he
me.
did the unboxing for Misty America.
Hey, now.
So definitely check that out.
Send me the link. I'll check it out. I'll sub to you.
Okay.
I'll send it to you, Daytona Falls.
Sweet.
I don't
Thank
think Daryl's not on the Twitterverse because he's
Okay.
he's
I
smart.
am on there. I just rarely use it. I have a link on there. I just
It's
rarely
terrible.
Okay.
But
Well,
but
send
it's
it. I'll
but
check it out.
it's terrible. It's terrible, but it's fun at the same time. And there's,
Oh, you know what? I think we're
and
going to
there's-
get along just fine.
and there's a lot of porn on it too.
Hey, now.
Just saying. Anyway, this has been Anthony Sica, creator, writer, artist of Venerella #1, on Indiegogo right now, 7 fucking days. So go back it. I'm begging you for money. $15 gets you the single issue package. $30 gets you the 5 variant cover package.
Share
Every
the link,
pack-
guys.
Every package gets
Booyah.
trading cards, free prints, etc. Okay? Anthony Sica signing out. Thank you very much. Have a good night. Read more comics, create more comics, and love everybody.